Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I am finally here making my stitch along video for the Off the Grid Friday party for the group you can find on Facebook. Go check it out. You just have to answer a few questions, letting us know where and how you heard about the group so you can get in. We already have over 1,000 people in the group, which is amazing. It's a pretty fun group to look at the pictures of what you're working on over the weekend and throughout the week. So yeah, go check it out. Also, you can find the group on Instagram. I will post the tag somewhere here on the screen just because I can't remember what it is. I always get it confused. I think it's Off the Grid Friday Party. Hashtag Off the Grid Friday Party. I don't know. It'll be on the screen. So, this weekend has been a pretty rough week. Obviously, I'm not recording on Friday or Saturday. This is Sunday night. It's about 5:30 at night. Not that that matters. But, yeah, it was one of those really dreary, rainy weekends here in New Jersey. And I really struggled to have motivation to do much of anything. Not to mention the Olympics were on, and I was watching a lot of the Olympics because I love the Olympics. So, yeah, motivation was a big struggle, but I'm pushing through. I'm trying to enjoy working on this piece I pulled out today for the stitch along. You can see this is the Thea Gubner, or if you Englishise, this Thea Governor kit of London. This is on 18 count black Aida. I'm stitching 1 over 1. And it's been a while since I worked on this. I think I worked on this back beginning of January was the last I worked on it. And I was really looking forward to working on it. And then I pulled it out today and I put a few stitches in it and I just did not have any motivation to stitch. So I went away, I played a computer game for a little bit, watched the Olympics, came back, and I'm having a little bit more motivation now. So hopefully it continues because I would really like to get St. Paul's Cathedral done. I don't think it's going to happen on this time that I'm stitching on it, but at least get this area over here completed. Over here if you're looking up now. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so one, two, three. That's done. Let me color that in. This part of the pattern is over 2 different pages, so I just trying to figure out where it lines up properly. So let's get down to 1, 2. So I don't know if you are all big into the Olympics. Growing up, the Olympics always had a mystical, I don't know, aura about it, and I always loved watching the Olympics. The first Olympics I can remember is the 1992 Albertville, France Winter Olympics, and then the Barcelona Olympics in 92 as well. And ever since then, I've always had a fascination with the Olympics. And there for a while in recent years, because of jobs and life, I didn't really get to watch the Olympics. So this is the first Olympics since Vancouver that I've gotten to watch. And I am having a blast watching the sporting events as well as the opening ceremonies. Opening ceremonies has always been a big tradition in my family. And so I have a biannual party where I invite some friends over and we watch the Olympics, the opening ceremonies. And I will say I was not impressed with the Rio Olympics. Was not happy with, I just didn't care for the opening ceremonies. I thought it was a big disappointment. But the Pyeongchang Olympics opening ceremonies were much more enjoyable to watch. I really enjoyed a lot the colors and the graphics that they used, as well as the artistic aspects of the show. So of course I've been watching that a lot. I watched the figure skating. It's been a long time since I've been able to watch figure skating, and I did not realize they had a new judging model, which is really nice because I know there for a while it was very opinionated, and not that I ever agree with the judges because I guess I just have a very different taste in artistry. But it's been a joy to watch. And then yesterday they had I don't know, is it freestyle snowboarding? Is that what it's called? With the rails and then the jumps. And back in the early 2000s, I used to have an Xbox and I would play a snowboarding, I think it was called Amped game, and it was very similar to that, and I loved watching that. I'm not a big snowboarder. I've never skied or snowboarded in my life. What the heck is going on here? But I really enjoyed watching that. And then of course what was amazing was that a 17-year-old from America came from behind. Well, I wouldn't say he came from behind, but he had a really good run and ended up winning the gold medal, which was pretty awesome. How did we get a knot there? Of course, I never get a knot in this. Ooh, sorry for hitting the camera there. Never get a knot in this project, but for some reason, I just got a knot. So we're just gonna fight through that here for a minute. Okay. So I decided to pull out my London piece because I haven't put any stitches in it since the beginning of January. But for some reason, Henry just keeps calling to me, so don't be surprised if I have Henry back out soon, because I don't know if it's just because I have this big drive and urge to get him done, which of course is still going to take the rest of the year to do, even if I worked on him monogamously, and there's no way I could possibly do that with the amount of confetti. But I just really want to get Henry done. So I don't know. We might see a lot of Henry. My videos might get boring for a while if I'm working on him as much as I'm feeling the urge to do so right now. but I'm sure you will all appreciate it regardless, just because of all the enthusiasm you have for me working on Henry. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. Perfect. So here in New Jersey this weekend, we have been getting a whole lot of snow. Or not snow, rain. A whole lot of rain. I wish it was snow because I could go for a couple snow days. But it's been rather unusually warm this week. And so this weekend, so we have been getting an awful lot of rain. And while the rest of the country seems to be getting pummeled with snow, but we haven't. And the amount of rain we're getting is so much so that the ground can't absorb all the rain, as well as the drains just can't seem to take it all in as fast as it's coming down. I think it's tapered off now, but it's been a pretty wet week. And I think the coming week is supposed to be pretty wet as well. Now let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. One, 2, 3, 5, 6. So this pattern is similar to Henry in the fact that there is a lot of colors that are used. However, it's not as confetti heavy as a Heaven and Earth design is, at least the Henry pattern that I have. But you do switch out colors fairly quickly within these buildings, but it gives you such detail, as you can see in the pattern, in the design. Just coloring in my pattern here so I don't get confused. Okay. And of course, just like Henry, I do cross country one color at a time, usually within a section. So I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I watched Danielle Stitchereese's video this week, as well as Bendy Stitchy Michelle's, and they both used a tag, and I do plan on answering the questions to that tag. I didn't have time to prepare that today, so maybe this coming weekend I will use that tag, so be on the lookout for that. Eight. And let me tell you, today is Sunday. I got my order of yarn in the mail for Caroline's lessons that she's going to begin teaching me how to knit. And I am really excited about that and looking forward to, I'm really itching to get started on that, because just like today, I'm planning on going over to a friend's house for a little bit tonight. And it would have been nice to take my stitching with me and take my knitting with me and practice. But of course, I don't know how to do it yet and am in no way ready to do that. But it will be exciting once I do get going, that I can do that. And that's the main reason for wanting to learn how to knit, is the fact that, cross stitch isn't always, for me, a simple thing to take with me, because I do work on such large projects, as well as whenever I do go places, it's not always a conducive thing to work on. So such as going to a friend's house and watching TV. Well, we like to have the lights off when we're watching TV, and you can't cross stitch whenever you have the lights off. So I am definitely looking forward to taking up that hobby for that purpose. Now, of course, cross stitch is going to be my primary hobby and what I focus on, but it will be nice to work on things such as, like, whenever I'm watching the opening ceremonies and I don't want to be distracted, I can sit there and knit while watching TV instead of having my head in the stitching. 6, 7, 8. 9 and 10. So I want to thank you all for the votes of confidence in stitching. It's funny, I put out that video on, was it Thursday last week, about the knitting classes and the information for going to Caroline's website, or Caroline's channel, to get the tutorials, and I showed the yarn that I'm going to start with, and I've had a lot of responses saying, oh, that's going to be really hard to see your stitches and learn how to knit on a black fabric, and I appreciate all of your concern, but I'm one of those people that jump in full force with whatever I do, and I know that I will be successful, and I want to stitch on I'm not going to waste money on a yarn that I'm not happy with. And I know if I would pick any other yarn to learn how to knit, I would not be happy, and I would probably put it down. So while I understand all of your concerns, I'm going to go forward and attempt to learn how to do the stitches using my speckled black yarn. And maybe I will struggle, maybe I won't. We'll find out. But I'm fairly confident, and I know Caroline, I've brought up that concern to Caroline, my teacher, and she feels that it is, she's fairly confident that I won't have any problems learning on the black. Obviously, I stitch on black fabric all the time for cross stitching, and I don't have any problems. So, and I like working with dark fabrics whenever I cross stitch. But don't fear, I heard your concerns and I appreciate them. Let me just mark my pattern. Oh, I did that already. Okay. So now, where do I need to go? This is, I love these kits from Thea Governor. However, I wish they were digital, because whenever it's a larger pattern, I do like to have a digital copy to work from. And I have tried many different ways to upload, scan and make a video or make a PDF that would work with my iPad, and yes, I can scan it and use it, but there's my iPad reader, good reader, doesn't recognize the symbols to be able to highlight. So I've just been continuing to use the paper copy, and I make a working copy. Okay. So again, I thank you for everyone who has continued to watch the videos, like and subscribe, comment on the videos. I've gotten a lot of great responses and conversation, and I continue to look forward to conversations. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I do read every comment, and I take 1, 2, 3, 4. I take note of all the questions, and some of them I actually do have videos upcoming planned to address some of your questions. I know it's delayed and it's not as quick as some of you may like. That's just the nature of filming and uploading videos. It is time consuming, but I will answer your questions as quickly as I can. One such video that will be upcoming in the next few weeks is a conversation about my Lowry stand and all the accessories, including the extra large scroll frame holder. So that will be upcoming. So if you're interested in learning more about the Lowry stand or my experiences with the Lowry stand and all the accessories, be on the lookout for that. I actually do have one more accessory that I just ordered not too long ago that should be coming in the next week or so. So I'm hoping I get that before I film so that I can include that in the video. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And I always, whenever I'm working on, whenever I work cross country, I always double and triple check my counting just to make sure that it's correct, because I do not, especially on a pattern such as this, when there is so much detail, I do not want to have errors, because any X could create an issue in consistency of detail. Oops. Nope, that wasn't right. Let's go ahead and fix that. So again, also, if you have, on top of any other questions you might have, if you have any other suggestions for video topics, please let me know. I'm always looking for ways to update and improve my channel. I do plan on having another live stream soon. I will let you know when I do plan on doing that. I will let you know through the Facebook group. And also, I've had questions regarding how can you find out that I'm going live. The only way that you can in YouTube get notification of when I'm actually live is through turning on notifications for my channel. So if you were to go into the YouTube, or if you go to my channel on YouTube, beside where it says subscribe, there should be a bell or some kind of symbol that will, if you turn it on, will alert you of notifications. Now, as far as the notifications are concerned, if you have YouTube on your phone or iPad, you also need to have your application notifications set up through your device, so that you also get a badge icon or notification come up on your phone or device to ensure that you get the notification and it's not notifying you at a too late of a date, so that you're getting instant notifications, if that makes sense. Again, if you have any further questions about that, please let me know. I could always do a video explaining that in further detail. So with that being said, I am going to let it, we're going to have a shorter video today just because of the time constraints I have today. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, your coming week. I know we have a 3-day week coming up here in the United States for President's Day. I am looking forward to. And I will see you in future videos. I hope if you're joining in with the knitting, you are excited about it and you're ready to go, because I believe the first knitting tutorial of casting on will be this week. So make sure you go subscribe to Caroline's channel, Off the Grid Needle Arts. So with that, everyone enjoy your week and enjoy every stitch.